Well, welcome to Education and Technology. Today I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford.
And today we are discussing the use of on-camera talent as part of courses that are taught at the college and university level. On-camera talent sounds exciting, right?
Yeah, another thing that we're supposed to be an expert at, but have had no training. Yay!
Well, so what we're
As one might be able to tell.
what we're talking about is videos that are made by instructors and incorporated in their courses, whether the courses are face-to-face or online. And Purdue University, in their certification course for certain engineering areas, came up with the idea of using professional actors and actresses to convey the information to the students. And the reason that they did this was that they did a little survey, and they discovered that the students were getting kind of bored or distracted from the professors' videos, even though the professors were subject matter experts.
I can tell you that from the mandatory trainings that we have to do every year. They started out not thinking, oh, well, we don't need real talent. We'll use the people who are in positions of power, the assistant vice president of blah, 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 blah. And it was painful. It was just painful to sit through those, and the dead pan face and the horrible reading off the teleprompter, and it was so bad. It was just so bad. It was painful having to sit there, even 15-minute video. I had to go get a new cup of coffee, and it slowly moved from coffee beverage to a different type of beverage just because it was so bad. But you had to sit through it because you needed to do the little evaluation at the end, and you might need the information in there. It was horrible. So I understand exactly what the students are talking about.
Yeah, well, the question is in the course, what the professor is trying to do and what the school or university is trying to do is teach students.
Who knew?
So
what a mission. There's an idea.
Yes. So then the next question is, how do you best instruct them? So if you're using
We
a
should
method,
know this.
if you're using a video method, conveying information by video, and you have on-camera talent, then that talent should be talented. Now, in most cases, it is the professor, him or herself, that does this in instruction and provides the on-screen talent, and actually teaches, much as the way Caroline and I are looking at you now and teaching. And I'm not saying we're the most talented video presences, or have the best
Keep
video
talking,
presence
man. That's lovely.
in the world, but at least we can look straight at the camera.
Well, you can. I still work at that. I'm still looking at you. Conversation. Who knew?
And it turns out that many faculty members, as should be expected, simply have not been trained to go on video.
Which is significantly different than instructing in front of a class, which is significantly different than offering professional presentations at different meetings. Totally different animal.
And I know that in the courses that I taught having to do with video and doing screencasting, that I had specific sections where the students were taught how to present themselves when they were either one, on camera and teaching, or two, doing audio presentations as part of a screencast. And this had to be taught. It just simply didn't come naturally. Yet at the university level, for a number of years now, ever since we've had video available, professors are allowed to get on camera, record their what they want to say, and off they go. Now this
some people are amazingly talented in that manner.
Yes, they're natural talents, but that's always going to be some people. Very few are naturally talented. So what happens is that the videos are overlong. Two, the professors are not presenting themselves in the best way that they possibly can, and as a result, three, the students expecting to see what they see on major networks and on cable TV and in the movies get immediately turned off and don't watch any further. They just simply don't watch. They turn it off. And do
you blame them?
Absolutely not, because I would do the same thing. It irritates me very much. When on a common level where you see a lot of this is on YouTube, where you hear anybody can make an instructional presentation on YouTube, and if you look at a lot of them, you realize that they're pretty bad. There's no question about it.
At least they're trying, though. At least the information is out there.
Well,
so credit is given for that attempt.
I give them credit for that attempt, but it's nowhere near what it should be. So what Purdue did, they got the idea of hiring a professional crew to record videos using people who are trained actors and actresses. And one might say that, well, how could they possibly know what the professor knows? Well, they don't have to know.
They're an actor. They're told what to say.
Right.
What is so difficult to understand about
that?
They
have a script, and if there are difficult words in there, words with which they are unfamiliar, and which would tag them as being not credible when they deliver their script, then they're taught those words, how to pronounce the words, so they can say them with emphasis and feeling. And it turns out that the students really, given a choice between the professors presenting the information and creating their own videos, and the ones presented by stand-ins for the professors, who are actors and actresses.
Who know what they're doing in front of a video.
Right. They prefer the actors and actresses, and they know that that they are not the source of the information, but it's easier for the students to follow what's being said by those actors and actresses, and they're not boring. And because of that, the potential for the students to learn the material being taught goes up greatly.
Well, it's like watching a news channel.
Mm-hmm.
These people have significant backgrounds. Some people hold PhDs, some people have masters and blah, blah, blah. Some people just naturally are strong in front of a teleprompter. But they've developed that talent. They're not just walking in like you and I do. Well, you have a background in it, like I do. I'm just walking in. I don't know what I'm doing. I need someone to tell me and explain to me how to act appropriately, what to do, what to wear.
Some training is necessary, and even the basic things, like if you're producing videos within your course, don't produce a 20 or a 40-minute video, because especially if you're the narrator on it, because it's going to be boring. You're not going to hold the student's attention.
What do you have to say in 20 minutes that you cannot say in 5-minute snippets?
Right. It should be to keep it down to 5 to 10 minutes at the most. And if you need to make a series of these videos and integrate them into your course in some systematic manner, then go ahead and do it. But don't make a long video because you feel as if you have to get all the information to your students at the same time.
Well, for example, the MOOCs, online MOOCs, everything was so video-based. Great to a certain extent, the concept of you just have to sit there and listen, but listening to people may be exactly what we're talking about here, may be amazingly boring. They don't get to the point. It's like in classes. I'm very verbose. I ramble.
You're kidding.
Hard to believe. But it drove me crazy as a student when someone would just kind of flit over the information. I'm there to learn. You're there to teach me. Don't flit over the information. Hit the topics. Give me something to understand.
You have to be organized if you're going to be a teacher, and if you're going to make videos of you teaching, then that video needs to be organized, and this includes distracting items on the set behind you. And I'm saying set, and you might have some professors that do record the videos in their office, and others might record the videos in their kitchen and think it's terribly cute and folksy.
Or more fun, when you're actually trying to instruct a class, you have the video running, and that's going to be your videotape that you show everyone in the online courses. What are you thinking? Why would that be a good idea?
Yes, that is the famous, well, we can record Joe teaching his class, and because he's such a great face-to-face teacher, and then students can watch the video, the entire class video. Well,
and have the same quality of instruction.
Yes, you can do that, but when you
why?
But when you record a teacher instructing in a class live, when you see it on video, it does not have the same effect as when you are participating in the class, because when you participate in the class as part of the audience or the students, you're a lot more forgiving. Your mind forgives all sorts of errors that the professor might be making in terms of presentation.
Like and
Right.
and I remember watching one presentation. The guy drove me crazy. They paid him way too much money to come in there for some professional development, and I couldn't stand listening to him because it was so low level and oh my gosh. But I just started checking off. He had change in his back pocket, and he had this annoying habit of constantly jingling the change and grabbing his backside. It's like, okay, and he did that once and twice and 5 times. I have no idea what the rest of the day was like because I was so bored by the quality
Yeah.
of presentation information.
And if you record that, even though this person's an expert, it's not going to have the effect you think it's going to have. So what's really important here is that if you're an administrator in a college or university and are supervising professors making these types of instructional recordings, consider doing it with professional actors. It might be a little bit more expensive at first.
A lot more expensive.
But you can work it out. And a lot of times you have in-house video production units. If you can reserve time with them on a consistent basis, that will work. Our university has a in-house video studio. We don't use it because we cannot consistently reserve time on it.
And it's a full day event for a half-hour product.
That's right.
It is not useful time.
And then,
My time,
right.
my money, my quality standard of life. I got a lot to do in my world too.
And so does our audience. So we're going to have to end now. For Technology and Education Today, I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford. Bye.